Hello everyone and welcome back. Today it is a story quest day, but first look at how pretty it is. I think this is probably one of my new favorite teleport spots. I really like this spot. I'm super glad we could start from here again. Anyways, hi all, welcome back. We are going to do Lyney's story quest today. I believe that's the first of the Fontaine story quests that I have. It sure is. And that's what we will be doing today. The Phantom Thief's reappearance. Ooh, it seems that we have another battle against a thief this time. Really quick, let's clear out this notification. Sorry, I did not notice it earlier. Collect all. Okay, great. What do we get? Ooh, nice. Got some stuff. We are ready. Let's see where we need to go. We are tracking to the wrong quest. Where do these go? Here, there. Talk to Charlotte. Ooh, was not expecting that. Oh, Charlotte. I was also expecting her to be closer to the Steambird, I presume, but... maybe she's talking to Lyney? Maybe she's going to tell us about a thief in the area? I do not know. He is far away. Funny that they put us up there. Let's just take a little adventurous shortcut, shall we? Don't want to shortcut too close or else we might get pulled into a scene and then fall and then die.
Isn't that Charlotte?
There we go.
We're always running into her. What's she doing this time? Oh, looks like street interviews.
Oh yeah?
Paimon has a funny feeling that we might be in for an interesting time if we go check it out. Shall we?
Well, you were psychic last time, Paimon, and you're typically rather force-sensitive. Abignale? Abigail?
I see. So you believe that this warning letter was sent by the Phantom Weasel?
Oh, is that our thief?
Absolutely.
Phantom
I've said it
Weasel.
before and I'll say it again. The Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked his own death 10 years ago using a body double.
Oh, and he supposedly died 10 years ago? Oh, this is already interesting.
Now that he's back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case back in the day are in for a headache, but however this turns out in the end, the one thing it won't be is boring.
I'm sure to agree with you. Now look at this. You've got nautical imagery all over you. Are you a sailor, I suppose? Part of the... Fontaine doesn't have a navy anymore, so were you once part of the navy? When was it disbanded? I feel like that was a while back. So, are you just a sailor?
Couldn't agree more. As a journalist, I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this one.
She's excited.
Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next? Huh? Hey! What a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, that was a great delivery. Hi, Charlotte.
Perfect timing. So, the Phantom Weasel's latest warning letter. What are your thoughts?
Phantom Weasel?
Yeah. This is the first time we're hearing of this one. Could you clue us in?
Please.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, this case is from a decade ago. I guess you wouldn't know about it.
I'm surprised you do, but then again, I guess she's very well read, probably.
Well, not to worry. You're in good hands because I'm a professional. The story goes like this.
Actually, you know what? Side note, but I think it'd be really cute if maybe this is one of the stories that she read while she was growing up, and it inspired her to become a reporter, or at least one of the stories that did, you know?
10 or so years ago, a phantom thief became active in the court of Fontaine. Known only as the Weasel, nobody knew his true identity, and the authorities never managed to catch him.
What did he steal?
Wow, cool! He sounds like one of those mysterious night burglars that you read about in novels.
Precisely. Well, except the part where they actually have a good reputation. Our Weasel targeted whatever people held dear, and no one was safe from his predations.
Oh, so it's quite an evil phantom thief instead of one of the good ones that we
He would
enjoy.
just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday.
It's very interesting. I almost wonder, let's see, if they're after what people consider precious, with no regard for who that person might be. Maybe this person has a different set of standards than many other people do, which makes me think of a Melusine. It'd be really cool if the thief is a Melusine. But maybe there was another intent behind this. Sounds like an absolute weirdo.
I know. The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor, but this guy did not discriminate. Unsurprisingly, this didn't work wonders for his public reputation. Every man and his dog wanted to see him behind bars.
Indeed.
Yeesh. So, did they catch him?
Apparently he died?
Not exactly. There's a good chance that the Weasel would still be at large to this day if it hadn't been for an accident 10 years ago. A magician named Caesar fell to his death in a botched high-altitude escape performance.
Ooh, a magician?
When the police went through his personal effects, they found a hoard of stolen loot and gadgets used for criminal activities. And that was how the Phantom Weasel's identity was revealed to all.
Does sound highly suspicious. I wouldn't believe that that was actually the guy, except that apparently it sounds like the thievery stopped after that? It still sounds mightily convenient, like that other person was saying.
Sure enough, thefts in Fontaine went down after Caesar's death. But today, 10 years on, the notorious thief has once again issued one of his warning letters and pasted it on the gate of the Opera Epiclese for all to see.
On the Opera Epiclese? What did he stake his claim on? What's he going for? It could also be a copycat. Still.
I had to squeeze
This is
through
so
the
fun
crowd this
already.
morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here, it's this one.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Every time I see words in this text, I think to myself, man, I should have practiced reading this before, and then I never do. I'm trying to read it. I shall lead or load? That's that like middle-ish line. Yeah, I can't read this yet. Something highly might be the second word.
So,
What's it say?
this is the warning letter, huh? Let's see what he wrote.
Please translate, Paimon.
3 days from now, when evening falls, I shall take from you that which you hold most dear at the Opera House, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
Oh, I shall take. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So you took from me. My first thought is maybe this is a child, the child of the original Phantom Thief, saying, I shall take from you what you most hold dear, like you did from me, which would be a parent or a magician, so suddenly I'm concerned for Lyney's involvement. I'm curious.
This is, without a doubt, a clear declaration of criminal intent. After years of laying low, the Phantom Weasel is back with a vengeance. What once seemed like an open and shut case has been blown wide open again. But why has he reemerged now? And what does he want? I sense an epic scoop, and I'm going for it.
Good luck, Charlotte.
Uh-oh. If this thief will steal anything that other people value, does that mean even we might be targeted?
It really feels like that note is directed at somebody specific. He might steal all your favorite snacks. Or he might try to nab you, little Paimon. But...
Aww. But Paimon doesn't want to get kidnapped. Well, he'd have to go through you first. You would stop him, right?
I would try my best, Paimon, but even I am powerless against magic.
Okay, the people have spoken. It's clear that the
Lyney!
public are very concerned about the Phantom Weasel's reappearance.
Look, look, look! He's right there! He's right there!
Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter, my interview notes. Yep, that should be enough to
There
form
he
the
is!
skeleton of my article. It does feel like something is missing, though.
That is so cool. A magician's perspective? When we first heard about this situation, like when it was first being set up, I thought maybe we would recruit him to lure out the new thief, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Something exclusive.
Maybe he'll be doing another performance at the opera and it's going to get crashed?
Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the weasel. Is that who I think it is?
What kind of connection could Lyney have? What kind of connection could Lyney have?
Lyney!
Besides just being another magician in Fontaine. Looks like he's performing some magic.
Magic.
That's so cool.
Magician. Caesar! The Phantom Weasel! That's it! Let's go interview Lyney!
Sure. Who knows? Maybe he will have something
You
up his
see,
sleeve.
The original Phantom Thief Caesar was a magician too! And what do Phantom Thieves and magicians have in common? They both have an air of mystery about them. Perhaps there's a connection there.
Are you serious? What sort of a deduction is that?
I don't really see it, but I do trust Charlotte's story instincts.
Oh, relax! My journalistic instinct tells me
Exactly.
that an exclusive news story is beckoning. Let's go! No time for delay!
I bet Lyney would have an interesting magician's perspective on Caesar. It was cool to see him doing some tricks, though. Walking time? Forgotten Thief. Ooh. What are you guys talking about? You talking about?
I'm not guessing.
The hearth in your home has been burning brightly lately, I see. Is this a code? And the balances in yours have been working hard, haven't they? My hearth is strong and the firewood sufficient. As for the balances, I don't need them. It's not like I'll miss 1 or 2 pieces of vegetables at the market anyway. You'd best be careful. If the flames leap onto the opera house carpet, they'll put your hearth out while fighting the fires. Ooh, very scary. But can you guarantee that the opera house would survive said flames? Nah, the fire in my house won't reach the opera house. It's way too far away. So, have those flames been staying put? Why don't you guess? I'm not doing that, just tell me. I bet they're behaving themselves indeed. Where can they go, anyway? That was a code. Either these guys are playing house in a very...
Take a guess. I'll take a guess.
very mysterious way, or that was a code. Are you part of the House of the Hearth? Maybe I'm just thinking that because we have Lyney right here, but still.
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Talking about with the flames of the hearth, touch the opera apicles, the opera might put the hearth out. That feels very goated.
Oh, it's simple. Come closer and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which means we can read other people's minds.
Really? Then, what am I thinking now?
That I don't really have telepathy.
Well, first you need to relax, because I can see that you're clenching your fist in your mind, as if to say, no, I mustn't let him guess it.
Nice.
Aww.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You're trying to find a way to empty your mind, to think of nothing at all. But the more you try to hide a secret, the easier it'll come out. You snuck out from home today, didn't you? You told your family a little lie so you could come out and play. Now, that's not a good habit.
You can tell? Oh boy, you really can read my mind.
Of course. And that's the end of my performance. You should really be heading home. Remember to apologize to your family, all right? They must be worried about you.
I love how it's clearly that he's reading this kid's face and behavior more than his mind, but it's all about the performance that makes it feel like he's read his mind. It makes the interaction have more impact. I do love how, like, I love magicians as a character. They're really fun.
All right, got it. Bye, Mr. Magician.
Or really any performer in general. Farina has sort of the same feeling about her. Bye, kid. Get home safe. Hi.
Hey, Lyney?
It's been a while. Let's see, when does this story quest take place exactly? Is this post Archon Quest? Middle of Archon Quest? That sort of awkwardness feels like this is after the trial, but before Maravid.
Why, hello. We meet again. Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
Are you free for an interview?
Well, why don't you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
Oh, please. You didn't believe that spiel, did you? The power of telepathy is quite beyond me.
But not beyond the Paimon. Paimon, quick! What's he thinking?
I'm sure that child would beg to differ. Seemed like you were right on the money.
That was nothing more than a little trickery. I made an educated guess based on his micro-expressions.
Exactly. But the performance made it so much more fun.
That, plus the fact that he was the only kid here without his parents, and he looked as guilty as sin. He made it easy for me. You guys, on the other hand, let me guess. Don't tell me you're here for the Phantom Weasel, are you?
How did you ever know?
Wow, got it in one! Is this more of your trickery at work?
Wait, really? No trickery this time. It was pure luck. His warning letter's been the talk of the town, so I figured that maybe you were asking around about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on the latest news about the Phantom Weasel.
Something about the way that she said bingo was so satisfying.
So, Lyney, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's reappearance?
To be
Ooh.
honest, it makes me angry.
Using his powers for evil.
Angry? Why?
You read his letter, right? The Phantom Weasel claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House. That's the night I'll be performing there.
Oh, so he is performing there again. Nice.
is.
Oh, he's definitely going to crash the performance, right?
Wait a minute, you don't think he's after you, do you?
I don't know if he's specifically after Lyney or if he's just using his performance as an opportunity. Maybe he is specifically after Lyney. Might have to do with how he was vanquished before, 10 years ago, you know?
Well,
I wonder.
if he is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally. And if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me. The mere mention of the weasel's name is enough to scare people off. So once the contents of that letter get out, barely anyone will be showing up to watch my show. But I've been preparing for this for a long time. I'm not about to let him ruin my big day. This leaves me with only one choice. I have to expose the Phantom Weasel's identity before the show begins.
Oh.
Really? So what you're saying is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous thief? Wow, this has exclusive written all over it.
I feel like he'd want to get it taken care of quietly before the performance if he could, and if he can't, maybe he'll turn it into part of the performance. That would be so cool. I would be so happy to see another fully animated performance.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable methods.
Have you studied them? Do you remember them yourself?
You're being far too modest, Lyney. I think your magic tricks are even more inscrutable than those of a thief.
Thanks for the compliment, though I have to say, I don't care much for the comparison. A lot of people liken magicians to thieves because we both have the ability to make things disappear without the person noticing. But there's an important difference that these people overlook.
And?
Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower, just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1.
There it goes! Look at Paimon's face.
It's gone!
Oh, where'd it go?
That's the question. Where did it go?
In Charlotte's hair?
Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
Do you have it, Charlotte?
A surprise? Let me see!
Oh, gee. How did that get there? Huh?
It's right there!
Wow.
Wow! You haven't moved this whole time!
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, Lyney, it seems that my previous praise was woefully inadequate. Clearly, magic is the superior art form to theft.
Don't worry, I didn't take offense. I just wanted to take the opportunity to perhaps change some of the preconceived notions you might have about magicians.
He kind of has a cool point, you know. Both a magician and a thief can make something disappear. Like, think of the pickpocket that we met at the beginning of the Archon quest. Sleight of hand, they both use. But a magician can go even further and put something back. And that's the part that's really unbelievable. Because things can get pickpocketed, sure. But the ability to put something back on a person without them realizing? I feel like that's even more impressive.
Since Caesar's death, a lot of people associate magicians with criminality. It can be quite frustrating.
And I bet that doesn't help now that people know that he's part of the Fatui too, with that same sort of criminality association.
I can imagine. Coming back to your trick just now, might I presume that you are well versed in floral symbolism? For example, magicians often use rainbow roses in their flower-related performances to represent passion and romantic encounters.
Is that what rainbow roses mean in this world?
But you used a Lumidu spell, which, if I'm not mistaken, allude to separations.
Ooh.
I'm curious to know if there was any deeper meaning behind this choice.
Let's see, is separating the notion of thief and magician, or Lumido's spell. Lumido spells might be Lynette's favorite, because they're part of her ascension materials, right?
Impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. But I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about floral symbolism. I'm just in the habit of using Lumidu spells in my magic. It sounds like something I should look into, though. I'll buy myself a copy of Fontaine's Floral Language Facts when I have some time. But it'll have to wait until this Phantom Weasel business is behind us.
You have no experience with floral symbolism, and yet you know the name of a presumably premier floral language book off the top of your head. Interesting.
Well noted. In that case, this brings us to the end of our interview. I, for one, am looking forward to the final showdown between you and the thief. Please feel free to get in touch to update me on any further developments. Otherwise, I will of course see you at your show in 3 days' time. But let's hope the Phantom Weasel is caught by then.
Interesting how she's giving him the space to work. Not insisting that she can be involved with every step. That's pretty cool, Charlotte.
If there's nothing else, I'll be off. You've given me lots to work with here, and I've got no time to lose if I want to write that exclusive piece. I'll see you all later.
Happy writing, Charlotte. Don't pull an all-nighter, alright?
So, Lyney, are you gonna tell us how you did that flower trick now?
I love how I'm still wearing the flower.
I'm afraid that's my little secret.
Yeah, magicians should never reveal their secrets unless they absolutely have to, because they're being tried in the Fontaine High Court. Before all, you know?
Aww. Well, magicians are entitled to their secrets. But Paimon's really itching to know how it's done.
It makes me wonder about courts in our world. If a magician's secret is required for the proceedings of a trial, do you think they have to tell everyone? Or can they just tell some people in confidence? I'm curious how they handle that.
You feel it too, right? So itchy.
The Phantom Weasel. Are you sure you'll be able to handle him?
Not so itchy then, huh? Well, since you're so concerned, how would you like to serve as my temporary magician's assistant and help me investigate?
I would be happy to help, but I think Charlotte's going to be sad that she missed out on this opportunity. She left a little bit too quickly.
Magician's assistants? Oh, that sounds fun! Assistants are technically magicians too!
Aw, Paimon's excited. Paimon can be the
Also,
assistant.
it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done! Shall we go for it?
I can be the assistant's assistant. We'll help you with your investigation. What's your plan?
The first thing we need to look into is who Caesar really was. If he truly was the Phantom Weasel, that means that the weasel is dead, and whoever wrote this warning letter is just a copycat criminal.
Sure.
But if he wasn't the weasel? Well, that'll make things more interesting. It would mean that the weasel lives, and he's been laying low all this time in some corner of Fontaine. And if we're investigating Caesar, his fiancée Gemma is a good place to start. Word is that she visits the cemetery often, so I asked Lynette to wait for her there. We should make a move. Let's go and rendezvous with Lynette.
Cemetery. Is it the same one by Poisson? Is he there? Ooh, gift of parting. Interesting. Yeah, the other meaning of the flower, if he was in fact lying about not knowing flower symbolism, is that he just has to go. A flowery accessory given away by Lyney at his magic shows, it symbolizes parting. Wow, can't believe we get to keep that. Well, here's Lynette. I don't think that's the Lynette we're looking for. Wow, so it is the, graveyard by Poisson. Because this is the main one for all of Fontaine, not just for Poisson. You can see I collected the Limidos bells earlier, that's hilarious. What's a coincidence? I'm looking for this road. Here it is. What kind of wood is this? Do I have any? I mean, I presume I've had some before. But I'm just so low on wood. I need more. No, I killed the firefly! Darn it. I always need more fireflies. Ooh, there's lots of people here actually. There's Lynette! Oh, that's cool.
You took your time.
We just came all the way from the city.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
He also had a whole magic performance while en route.
It's been a while, Lynette!
Hi.
We're working as Lyney's temporary assistants in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
Happy to be here.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel.
Well, the day's not over yet.
Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around.
Alright. Lynette first, of course.
I'll wait for you here and see if Gemma shows up.
I'm thinking about the original Phantom and how they stole things that were precious to people. I really want to know why. What could they possibly have been doing with them? Oh, look. Oh.
A
Can I
lot
talk
of
to
people
these
here
guys
today,
first?
huh?
I can.
When did this cemetery get so popular?
Same thoughts here. What's going on?
Yeah, I guess it would be a little eerie to see a lot of people at a graveyard all of a sudden if it wasn't for a funeral. Hey, Balthazar. Another sailor.
Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiance? Sure I do. What's this about?
Wow. Oh my god. Is that Alinos's head behind him? No way. How have I never noticed that? I guess I've never seen it from this angle before.
I'm just
That's
trying
so
to get a
cool.
hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does.
Look at it.
Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often she just sits there in front of his headstone, lost in thought. Sometimes she talks to herself.
So here's a possibility. If Caesar was the Phantom and he's dead, then she could be, what's her name again? Gemma? She could be the new Phantom. Alternatively, she could have been the Phantom this whole time, but she just stopped after Caesar's death because she was heartbroken. He could have been an accomplice, or he could have taken, she could have planted her things in with his stuff to, like, hide them, and then he took the blame when he was, after he died, and she feels bad about that. Or he could have discovered that she was the Phantom and so took the things to confront her after the show, but then he died in the process. That could be interesting. But it still doesn't answer the question of why... None of those options answer the question of why the Phantom was stealing things in the first place.
I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again. She knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away? Oh, so 10 years. Wow. Their love must have been really strong.
The themes of all this, like the theme of parting that just got established, seem to be saying that either Gemma or Caesar was originally the Phantom. And now the whole note about I'm going to take from you what you took from me is about mourning this loss of a loved one and wanting others to feel the same pain. But then the question becomes, one, why would whoever planted the note blame anybody else for Caesar's death? Was he actually killed? Or was it an accident that somebody else did have a hand in? And then also, that would mean, who is she targeting? Is she targeting Lyney, and therefore maybe she's after Lynette? Or whoever planted the note? Who are they targeting? I don't know. But the themes here seem to be saying that loved ones are the source and the danger here.
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years.
And of course, Caesar's reputation could be another thing of that which you took from me 10 years ago. But that theme just doesn't seem strong enough to be what's carrying this story.
I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who remembers him fondly.
Oh, cool. That's a little bit of a Fontine death belief. Kind of analogous to the Mondstadtian belief about wind.
If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her. Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Normally, she'd be sitting in front of his grave by now. I wonder if she's okay.
That is suspicious. Her daily routine has changed for some reason. Did she change it, or did somebody else do something that changed it?
Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck asking some other people.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep asking around.
You're welcome. I just hope she'll be able to move on one day.
You seem like a real nice guy. Thank you for the information. Oh wait, we can ask more.
A lot of people find cemeteries bleak and oppressive, but not me.
No?
I find the silence gives me a sense of peace, and something about being in the presence of the dead and buried sort of puts all of life's woes in perspective.
I suppose that's true. Yeah, you seem like a real down-to-earth guy. Lynette?
I'll wait for you here and see if Gemma shows up.
Thank you, Lynette. Hello?
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what isn't.
Very Fontaine.
But what if, just hypothetically, I mean, what if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something? Give me a break.
Okay.
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy, or words to that effect.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Tell us more. Sorry to interrupt.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it. Do you think you could spare a moment to tell us a little bit about Caesar?
Please do.
You've come to the right people. Yep, I was there. Back when Caesar used to perform magic tricks on the street.
And you said he would give balloons to kids.
He was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him do was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside.
That is impressive.
I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once. But for the life of me, I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off. Really incredible stuff.
I saw him perform too. He always used to bring some gifts along for the kids who came to watch his show, and he'd hand them out after he was done.
Interesting.
Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
That's so sweet. But also it's like, so if a kid wished for like a stuffed bunny, do you think he would go steal a stuffed bunny from somebody else?
He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
I kind of like the idea of Gemma being the thief. You'd say to her, hey, my assistant, please procure a stuffed bunny for the next show. And she'd say, okay, and then go steal one?
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later.
That too. That is interesting. I mean, surely somebody tried to check what the dates were between, like, this object getting stolen and then a similar object popping up in Caesar's shows, right? Surely somebody checked that sort of data.
As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
And were the items that were stolen, did they match the things that appeared in the shows? I feel like that's really easy to check.
Whatever the case, now that the Weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time. Oh, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's definitely the one to ask.
Thank you for the information.
So that's Gemma. Is it just Paimon, or does it look like something's wrong?
He looks very serious.
Wait, it looks like she's injured.
Oh,
Come on, let's see if she's okay.
Paimon does have really good eyesight, doesn't she? Ooh. Right into the next cutscene, okay.
Hi there. You're Gemma, right?
Hello.
Who's asking?
She looks kind of upset. He thinks she's wearing black in mourning.
Don't be afraid, we mean no harm.
Even 10 years later? This is so cool. The first all-black outfit we've seen.
It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern, but you didn't answer my question. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
My name is Lyney, and this is my sister Lynette.
Do you recognize those names?
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused.
Naturally, we're approaching it from this angle.
You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this.
Sounds like it'll be difficult for her, but please share.
I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the weasel.
Okay.
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the weeks leading up to the accident? Did Caesar have a falling out with anyone, for instance?
This is nice. We're really getting into the investigation now.
No, not that I know of.
Very satisfying. Though of course it's going to be hard to track something down 10 years after the fact. Is she lying, Lynette?
Got it. All right. Sorry for disturbing you.
Not even going to ask if she has anything else to add. I think she was lying. They noticed.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
I think she was the original. I think she was.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
Yeah, and I think they would have kept asking questions if they didn't think that they'd found something already, you know?
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
Yep. Perhaps she simply doesn't trust us.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about things that happened a whole decade ago. It makes sense that she'd be wary around us. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Boer tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step of our plan.
Ooh. We've got 3 days, so... That was day 1, I suppose? Wait until the next morning. Is she still here? No, she's left. Wow. She comes and goes so quickly.
Oh, Caesar. Were you or weren't you the Phantom Weasel?
I wonder how those guys knew Caesar.
A lot of people find cemeteries bleak and oppressive, but not me. I find the silence gives me a sense of peace, and something about being in the presence of the dead and buried sort of puts all of life's woes in perspective.
We heard that earlier, but he has such a nice voice. I wanted to hear it again. Dare I beat up the cemetery trees? I do. As long as we don't disturb the graves. And they are fine. Hooray! This was Caesar's grave, right? So, whose is this? I thought that this one was Callus's. This is nice though. Somebody said farewell. Look at the Lumidos bell. So parting? She was sitting in front of this one, right? Not this one? If she was sitting in front of this one, that would make sense. But if she wasn't, if she was here, then that makes me think that there was a second person who died. Who might be involved with all this. Yeah, because I'm curious that we didn't... Oh, is there fireflies? Wow, it looks so pretty down there. I'm curious that we didn't ask about any of their... Like, his magic act, if he had an assistant, or if he had anyone that he regularly worked with to produce his tools and whatnot. There we go. I really feel like she was the original Phantom Weasel. I thought I saw a crab. Got it. Let's go to the next day. Let's go up here a little bit just so we don't start a fight. Maybe we can see a pretty sunrise. Over the city. Alrighty, 8 a.m. we need. Wait until... 8 o'clock. There we go. Because it does seem surprising that Caesar would be the Phantom if he gave gifts to people so freely. Considering that he apparently took things from people so judiciously. Not to use a Fontanian term. There we go. But at the same time, he could be stealing from other people to give to his audience members, but I feel like that would be a very foolish idea. That would be so traceable. I feel like he wouldn't do that, just out of sheer self-preservation.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now. Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. So, we need a contingency plan.
What should we do? Where should we start?
Today, we'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo, Caesar's former pupil and assistant.
There we go.
When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful owners. But Lorenzo was the only one privy to all his magic secrets, and he inherited his craft.
Oh, so Caesar's... I thought that it was just that he had some stolen goods in his personal effects, but you're telling me that they were all over his home as well? Yikes.
Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town, his fame surpassing even that of his master, and it made him very wealthy. He's since left the magic scene, though, and these days, he's a wealthy businessman with his fingers in a lot of different pies.
Interesting. So, I mean, he definitely has a motive, but it's almost too obvious of a motive, you know? I still like the idea of Gemma being the original thief, and possibly Caesar didn't know that a lot of the objects she was bringing home were stolen. I feel like Lorenzo might have caused the death, maybe? But in a way that Gemma doesn't fully... Like, there's still a twist there somewhere.
I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a couple of drinks with me. Be warned, though, I hear he's got a hair-triggered temper. We'd best be careful.
Interesting. Talk to Lorenzo at the hotel. Oh, and here we are. If this guy looks like Malus, I'm going to be very upset. I'm expecting sort of an older male NPC model, so if he looks like Malus, I'm not ready for that.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
Thank goodness he looks different. Hi.
My apologies. These 2 are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along. And if it's no trouble, a couple of autographs would really make their day.
Clever.
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
I think we won over his good mood at the exact moment, though. Great, great.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantries, he says, but he looks pretty happy about Lyney stroking his ego.
Exactly. You can feel the awkwardness just because of the size of this guy's ego.
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important things to do than drinking.
Interesting.
Much obliged, sir. As it happens, the matter I want to address is also related to magic. Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. He claims to be planning something for the same evening that I'm scheduled to do a magic show there. As such, I believe that I may well be his target. I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that my show can go ahead as planned. Naturally, any investigation into the Weasel starts with a few questions about Caesar, who...
What is there to investigate?
Ooh, very defensive.
Caesar was the Weasel and he's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny to write a warning letter? It changes nothing. Are you trying to tell me you actually bought it?
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up. I do concede that a copycat is but one possibility.
Possibility? It's a fact, Lyney. Look, my patience is limited, so listen carefully while I'm still willing to put up with you. The Weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and quit this investigation. It'll lead you nowhere. Look, if this affects your magic show in any way, I will personally compensate you for any losses.
Interesting.
Oh, sir, I'm honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me.
Right until that last sentence, I was thinking, okay, either he was involved with the whole Weasel and Caesar's death, and so he's trying to get Lyney to stop investigating so that he doesn't find anything, or he was just honestly very close to Caesar and he cares a lot about him, and he finds it very upsetting that he feels very betrayed by Caesar having been the Weasel, and so he can't even dare to question that because he feels so betrayed and heartbroken about it still to this day. But that last one, I will personally compensate you for any losses. It seems like he feels a sense of responsibility for the situation, but at the same time, he doesn't want to talk about it and he doesn't want anybody else to get involved.
My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Your pride? Don't mince words with me, boy. Just tell me, what exactly are you seeking to do?
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity. I have to know for myself what really happened 10 years ago.
What would that accomplish? And what do the events of 10 years ago have to do with you anyway? Look, you of all people should know that a magician never reveals their secrets. And in any case, dead men don't talk. So if you really care about your magician's pride, then you'll forget about Caesar and move on.
Interesting. So he didn't say, and he said, I want to discover his true identity. And yet Lorenzo's first rebuttal was not, what are you talking about? There is no true identity. Caesar was the weasel. So I don't think he believes that Caesar was the weasel. He might even know that Caesar wasn't the weasel. And secondly, that delivery, dead men don't talk, felt almost like a threat. I get more and more suspicious, my friend.
Uh-oh, this is getting awkward.
Lorenzo? Is that? Oh, it is you! I know that big, booming voice anywhere. What's up, my man? Want to grab a drink with me?
Oh, who's this? Care to introduce us to your friend?
Another day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on! You can't be all business all the time. You know what they say? Live fast, die young. You gotta learn how to kick back and relax once in a while.
This guy's hilarious.
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it. Now get out of my face and go be drunk somewhere else.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, hey! Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We worked together a bunch of times.
Nice to meet you.
This is your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed. Never heard a kind word out of this guy the whole time I've known him.
And how long have you known him? 10 years?
And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being, what, pushing 40, 30, something? Anyway. Point is, a lot older than when he first got rejected by the girl he was into. And he's still into, from what I hear.
Don't tell me he's into Gemma.
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me ever again. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink. All right. I'm gonna leave. Don't work too hard.
You know, to his credit, that's kind of fair. Your business partner walks up drunk out of his mind and starts talking about you in front of your face. Yikes. And the girl you were rejected by? Awkward.
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Lyney, be my guest.
He really doesn't think he'll find anything.
If nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, I don't think he killed Caesar or was involved. I think he might have figured it out before Caesar died. Yeah, I think he might have known about it before Caesar died. But I don't think he killed him. And I don't think he's the new weasel or anything.
Fell to pieces in a rather spectacular fashion. Any thoughts?
There's something strange about him.
Totally. And what was all that about compensating you for your losses? Why would someone you just met make an offer like that?
Yeah, he does feel responsible for something. For Lyney's involvement specifically. Oh, that does make me think he might be the new weasel.
He's gotta be hiding something. And not like Gemma. She was a little suspicious, but this guy's definitely covering something up.
Let's see. That which you took from me 10 years ago. You could see it as maybe this guy blames Gemma for the death of Caesar. And so and she was the original weasel, so this whole thing is to draw her out and prove that it was her and not Caesar originally. And that's why, what is his name? What is this guy? Lorenzo. That's why Lorenzo feels responsible for Lyney's involvement, because he is the one who posted the challenge to Lyney's show, basically.
I think so too. We need to look into Lorenzo more closely.
That could be it, maybe.
That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about him. He only just left. Let's see if we can catch up with him.
Yes, let's. Where'd he go? Oh, there's our critic friend. Is he outside? He's that way. Yeah, I think he's outside. Oh, a bond of life can stack up to 200% of a character's max HP. I did not know that. Freckles. Hey buddy, getting some air? Feeling okay? I'm a little concerned for your blood alcohol levels.
You okay there?
Who are you? Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I must have had one too many. I just need to ride it out.
He seems to be in good spirits, at least.
I said way too much back there, didn't I? I nearly talked myself into complete financial ruin. Note to self, no more drunken chats when Lorenzo's around.
This guy's delivery is incredible.
So he was serious about threatening to cut you off? Ugh, Paimon knew he was a bad egg.
Hey, keep your voice down. Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs. Bad things happen to people who ask too many questions or make an enemy out of him.
Bad things happen to people who ask too many questions? What? Has something happened before? People have questioned him before? What kind of questions?
What kind of bad things?
Don't even ask. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short. I'm not crossing that line again.
Again?
And
You mean
take it
compared to
from me,
earlier?
Trouble with Lorenzo is one thing you don't need in your life. You saw him flare up back there. I don't know what you said to him, but clearly it touched a nerve. That's not a good sign. You're too young for this. Don't get in over your head. I'm leaving.
I love this guy. He's hilarious. Get home safe, alright? Do you need us to walk with you?
And there he goes. What do we do now, Lyney?
That guy must really trust the safety of the city. Yeah, what do we do now, Lyney?
Shh. I think we're
We're
being watched.
watched.
Someone was listening in to our whole conversation.
That almost looks like Spina di Versula, but...
Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere.
Oh, getting exciting. Get out of the city and lure out the people tailing you. Can I see them from here? I can't. Get out of the city. Where do they want me to go? Way over there. Ought I to take the thing? Yeah, sure, I'll take this. I'll take the thing. I sure know how to take the thing. I need to get in there? I need to get in the central station. Where is it? I assume that they must have put me in a spot where I could get out of the city on foot, you know? But I want to try taking the train. This is suspicious. Nope, it's just Fontaine. They've got super fancy boxes, apparently. Going on foot. Won't you be asleep? You're a newsie? Moving dramas, tumultuous trials, the Steambird has it all, today and every day! Adventure challenge. And what's the news? Interested? Well then, buy the paper! Of course, if you're too lazy to read, you can also look for Sir Arthur. It will tell you about the latest news. But if you're looking for news that isn't reported in the papers, you'll have some trouble finding it. What sort of news, for example? For example, well, to be honest, I don't know what you'd like to know. Could I ask where you're from and what your vocation might be? That way, I might be able to pinpoint the information you're looking for. Something feels wrong. Something wrong? I doubt it. Only when you let me know that what you can do... Wait, only when you let me know what you know can I know what you want to know that you don't know. Did you give me adventures experience for that? Teachings of equity. You know what? That's fair. What a fun little kid. You should be asleep though, I feel like. Do-do-do-do-do. So, to get to where I want to go, I want the Clementine line? Oh, goodness. I know one of them goes to Maritime Harbor. One of them goes to the Institute, but it's all blown up. Navia line. I think the Clementine line goes back to Maritime. Oh, wow. But the doors would close. This really is the nation of elevators, isn't it? Who developed elevators, do you think? I assume it was somebody at the Fontaine Research Institute, but like, can we know their name? Was it Elaine? Or was it somebody more recently? Ooh, nice, thank you. Oops! Well, that is what I wanted to do anyways. I wonder if that's why they put that sparkle there. To show you how to do that. Hi, Elphane! I think... if we go with you, I won't... Wow, look at your eyes! I think I won't even have to jump off the boat. I think, we need to go to the end of the line. Here we go! Oh, it's been such a long time! Sing to me, Elphane.
Hello, passengers.
Hello!
I am your tour guide for this trip, Elphan.
Elphan.
We are now heading to Erinias.
Perfect, that's where I wanted to go.
Many people are tried there and sent to the fortress of Meripede.
Oh, I'm quite familiar, actually.
But passengers needn't worry. Life in the fortress of Meripede may be a good thing for certain groups of people.
We had a lovely time. Oh, look at her little wings! I like the little patterns, too.
The construction of
Dawn?
Clockwork Mecca has no restrictions outside of patent law.
Patent law?
Other than the Fontaine Research Institute, many private workshops are engaged in researching and building all kinds of Clockwork Mecca.
Oh.
Some people will modify existing models, and other criminals will use Clockwork Mecca for theft, robbery, surveillance, and illegal exploration, among other activities.
That could explain why there's a lot of hostile
If you
mecha in the
encounter such a
wilderness.
situation, please report it to the nearest Mare Chaussee personnel immediately.
Oh, right, I've been saying that wrong. I learned how to say it, and then I forgot. I don't want to cut her off if she starts speaking again. But now that I've been doing some reputation
We are now
quests...
arriving at Marcotte Station, where this journey ends. Any passengers interested in taking a commemorative photo of their Aquabus journey are advised to do so at the Court of Fontaine Station on the Clementine line. This is because the atmosphere there is much livelier. Plus, my diligent colleague Aval keeps her boat in a
Aval!
much cleaner, photo-ready condition. And also, my Malazine hands struggle with holding cameras.
Thank you for the wonderful ride, Elvan. Doesn't Aval look up to Elvan a lot? I think she'd be happy to know that she was praised. Hello. The Aquabus is really... The Court Region Waterway Hub and the Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering are working to improve Aquabus speed. I was going to say that it was really beautiful. I'm glad you think so. I love her, actually. She's great. I had to tell Aval that she was praised. Sweet! Alright, we are here in Erinias. There's a world quest over there. Hopefully, we were followed by the people who we want to be following us. Hi. No title or anything. I was going to see if maybe I could guess what that world quest might be related to. Huh. It's just leaves. Thought it was a weird shadow. Alright. Ooh, there's a cool chest over there. We want to go right here? I don't want to go get that chest though. Mind waiting for just a second? Pardon me, pardon me. Please don't notice me. Thank you very much. So we've got these things. These things I just need to get hydroed, right? Move. Oh, I can move them. That feels important. Move. 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 Now they're in the water. Okay, so that one goes the farthest. So I'm guessing I just need to start from this side. That one does not go as far as these guys. So it is right, left, middle. Okay, good to know. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, because it's hard to run that far. Hey! Oh! Oh, wow. But I got the chest! Yay! That's what I wanted.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
One day she's going to say that it's going to be the most sinister fontaine thing you've ever seen. Wait, how about this? Wait. Wait, I can do it too, can't I? Aha! Okay. So, I've tried this puzzle before. I remember it didn't go very well, but now that we have this unlocked, maybe that's what I needed. Hello. Just gonna see if I can move any of these. I can't. I guess I could just try hydroing them with like my skill and such. How about this? If I send my bubble from over here through these guys, it'll probably go up that hill. And hopefully get that second guy? Did it get the second guy? Darn, didn't. Huh. How ought I to do this? I need like Hydrogona or something. I remember I did these guys with a Hydro Mage, I believe it was, and I believe that there was a Hydro Stone around here. Just not seeing either such resources available to us at this time. Okay. So pretty though. Sunrise on the grass. Wait a second. I'm being so silly. I don't know what I did, but I did something. Oh, it started water. It started raining. Delightful. I was overthinking it. I was thinking that if I got the little guys, then I would get the big guy. It was the other way around. Bird. Very majestic. And we can get these flowers now too. I love the Romari time flowers. Definitely one of my top favorite resources in this world. Boop. While we're at it, get some of this. Get some of that. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you for waiting so much. I don't see our beacon anymore. Where is it? I know it's right over there. There it is. Okay. I just want to plant this somewhere convenient before we go into the cutscene. Wow, we were one step away.
You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourselves?
Yeah, why don't you introduce yourselves? We just want to chat. Oh.
So you're Lyney. And where's your sister? Ain't she with you today?
Smooth face Pacino? Are these guys related to Lorenzo? Like, where did you guys come from?
Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us. Let's not drag this out.
Oh, we won't need her to handle you guys.
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who sent you, huh?
As much as I would love to involve her.
Save your questions, missy. You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capiche?
Painter De Niro?
Looks like we can't avoid this fight.
Trial? Wait, trial?
Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
You are a 5-star, sir.
Don't worry, we got this!
But I suppose he's also pyro. He probably just want to— Yay! He probably just want to set the grass on fire. They're fighting like treasure hoarders. Alright, what does he do? Oh, sorry, Lyney. Ooh, he's buffed right now. Nice. Level 90. His weapon is the first great magic. It looks so cool. Look at that. With the cat thing. Wow, that is a stylish weapon. It also looks like that part that he's holding could be removed and turned into something else. Parsifal the Great. Damage you dealt by charged attacks increases. Okay, so he's a charged attack playstyle. For every party member with the same elemental type as the wielder, including the wielder themselves, gain 1 gimmick stack. Or 1 theatrics if the elemental type is different. Gimmick increases attack, theatrics increases movement speed. That's pretty neat. A stage prop once used by a past great magician. Its final secret was that it was also a weapon beyond the pale. They have him on... Oh, so Marishosa Hunter? Oh look, I've got something over here. Oh, Kave! He hit Friendship 10. Congrats. I love that, it looks just like him. Okay, Constellation? Wow, they give us C3. You can have 2 hats. Congratulations. Additionally, prop arrows will summon 2 hats. And give him 1 extra stack. While he's on the field, he gains a stack of crisp focus every 2 seconds and increases his damage. Oh, now this guy is a DPS. Wow, okay. So, plunging attack, charge attack, okay. Will run across an airhead before being fired. Oh, cool. Charge level 1 fires off Pyro, sure. Charge level 2 fires off Pyro and summons a hat. When he's more than 60% HP, he will consume a portion to obtain a stack, max 5. Okay. And then the hats will attack people. And if... Oh, it's kind of like a Baron Bunny. Does it taunt? Yeah, it taunts, but only once every 5 seconds. But it will do damage as well. Okay, so... Oh, he looks at his face. He looks so serious. Okay, he does a flourish with his hat. I like that kind of. It makes it feel like he doesn't really like fighting. Aw, poor guy. Sometimes you think about his life and it's like, geez, you've been through a lot, haven't you? Okay, props surplus deals damage and regenerates his HP. Gotcha. The hat on the field will cause it to explode. Okay, manual detonated. Manually detonated. So I kind of want to do charge, attack, E. Ultimate? Lyney turns himself into a Grin Malkin cat that can move around quickly, not to be mistaken for the Grin Malkin hat. They're two different props. I remember this actually from his trial. I must have done his trial at one point because I remember his ultimate. That's hilarious. Falling flames, pyro damage, dismiss the cat, ignite fireworks, and gives himself a hat and a stack. Okay, charge E, ultimate charge E. Let's see, he gets resources unique to Fontaine. I really needed that the other week. I really want that for the sea stars. They're so hard to find. Damage is increases and party... Wow, each pyro party member will increase the damage bonus. Fantastic. If Lyney consumes HP while firing off an arrow, the Grin Malkin hat summoned by the arrow will, upon hitting an opponent, restore 3 energy and increase damage. Goodness! You just love to buff yourself, don't you? Okay. 1, 2. Oh my god, Lyney. 1, 2. We shall also do this. And this. We have my beautiful, beautiful support Farina. Why not use her? Oh, they're already gone. They go quickly. Goodness me, Lyney!
Tougher than we thought.
This guy's well built. I should have checked his artifacts. I don't think you can see trial artifacts anyways. All that reading for like 6 seconds of battle. That was incredible.
Vision wielders are always trouble. Intimidation ain't gonna work like it did on the lady.
On the lady? Gemma? One wonders. Also, now that I think about it, a pyro arrow user or bow user is probably the best because you can set things on fire and not stand in the fire yourself.
Come on, let's scram!
What lady? We should follow them.
Guys, we ain't through with you yet!
They followed us. We should follow them.
Oh, they got away! Did you catch what they said just before they left? Something about intimidating someone else. Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic, and they've already done it to someone else, but who?
Could it be Gemma?
You're right. She was injured when we saw her yesterday, and she acted like she had something to hide. Maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because those guys had threatened her.
Well, if that's the case, she should be more willing to open up to us once she learns that those thugs won't be bothering her anymore.
So I see two options for this. Either those guys work for Lorenzo, and for some reason he sent them after Gemma, or she hired those people herself. For subterfuge purposes.
Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can get any information from her.
I'm curious. But it seems like we might be getting more information from her. That's just going to be... What? Why is my thing not moving? That's weird. But yeah, if we get more information from her this time, then maybe she did not hire them herself. That does seem rather unlikely at this point. Okay, where is she? Cafe? Over there. We shall teleport back this time. We're not trying to be followed anymore. So, no need to... Ooh. Include our tail in our journey. I don't know if our tail could teleport, so... No tail means teleporting time. Hi! Look at you! Sailors! Super cool. I love the sailor uniforms. Wow! Oh, it's a clothing store! Whose clothing store is this? It would be so cool if we could buy the Traveler more outfits. I would love to get Traveler outfits. Hello, do you have that one recipe I'm looking for? Ooh. Very cool. La lettre! Oh, cool. Blubber profiterole, god. I'm looking for the, I know it when I'll see it. Hi, you seem suspicious because I can talk to you. What are we going to do about this? What's the matter? There's something terribly wrong in Fontaine, that's what. Something's got to change, and we're all responsible for making that happen. We have to band together and fight for our rights. What are you talking about, anyway? Fontaine, of course! Fontaine! The Palais Mormonia, our energy situation, our top-down system. We have so many problems here. Can't you see? I've spoken to Aurate about them many times, and he agrees with my points. Why, he's even treated me to coffee several times. It's just that, well, that hasn't worked as well recently. He says that my opinions don't attract him the way they used to. Not working? Work? Why? I'm doing something far more important than work. Those who always work and work will find themselves little different from clockwork machines. It is only through constant questioning and asking that we can forge a new path. Our history and present are all proof of this. If you do not mind treating me to a cup of coffee, we can continue this line of conversation. Yeah, I think he's just trying to get a free meal. I do encourage this question-asking mindset. But if you're really just doing it to get a free meal and here's Ore, then I shan't be participating, thank you very much. A life without change, paired with unchanging coffee. That sounds quite relaxing, or that sounds a little boring? From the perspective of work, such trivial matters won't even make for good conversation. That much is true. I'm a gestionnaire at the Palais Mormonia. I guess you could call me an old colleague of Aro's. Arue's opinions could be considered quite extreme in the office, but by cafe standards, they're quite ordinary. It must be said, though, that there can be no complaints about his coffee-making skills. Quitting his old job to run this place has been one of the best decisions of his life. What was his old job? Did he used to work with you? At the Palais? So maybe Aure is actually somebody who wants to see change in Fontaine. You see, ours is a cafe, not a tavern. There are some gentlemen here who will speak of all manner of things while resting, and I find myself wishing that they said them with the excuse of being drunk. I fear that what people say when sober might be even more absurd than the babblings of drunkards. Or perhaps he sees these thoughts of change as rather ridiculous. Ooh, it's back here. I'm looking for chests. I will be quite frank with you. I don't have the chest compass yet. I can only find them naturally in Fontaine still. Alrighty, let's talk to our girls. You alright? Her eyes are so blue. I think that's a special eye model.
Gemma?
Hi. We have good news, I think?
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, and we gave them a taste of their own medicine.
We sure did. Did you see those damage numbers? Oh my god. I know they give us a well-built character usually, and I did have Farina on the field as well, but... Aha! That was a lot, Lyney.
So, you can relax now. We're here to protect you.
I think just after reading all those talents about stacks and attack boost and crit damage boost, it just seems like he's a very well-designed DPS. I don't know.
What? Why? I didn't tell you anything. Why would they come after you?
We're just naturally curious, and they didn't like that.
Sounds like they're no strangers to you.
And it sounds like they warned her to keep quiet.
That's putting it mildly. I know them all too well, and I hate them with every fiber of my being. It's been 10 long years, and still every time I try to look into Caesar's death, they show up and warn me not to do anything stupid.
Interesting.
How do I know I can trust you? Do you really think you can get to the bottom of it all? And why are you doing this?
I'm afraid I can't reveal all the details just yet, but I can promise you this. I will expose the Phantom Weasel's true identity. Because you see, this is a personal matter of the utmost importance. I give you my word. Trust me.
Really seems like he has a personal investment in this. I wonder why. Is it just to try to work to counteract that sort of social perception as magicians tied to criminality that resulted in the quote-unquote reveal of Caesar's identity? Or with the Weasel's identity? I feel like there's more to it.
Okay. How can I help you?
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept a lot of his personal effects. If possible, I'd like to take a look at them. Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve Sonde.
Ooh.
But the place was sealed up by the police after his death, and no one's been there since. I also know that the Fleuve Sonde is dangerous territory. Lots of hostile groups lurking around. If you're serious about going there, please be careful.
Oh, don't worry. That's literally our home while we're here in Fontaine.
Understood. Lynette, you stay here and take care of Gemma. Don't let her come to harm.
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
That feels fair.
I mean, bon appetit. But stay sharp, too. They're likely to come for you while I'm away.
Okay. Alright. Power saving mode off.
Oh.
I'll start taking this more seriously now.
Ooh. Lynette's getting serious. Oh, wow. Look at that face. Good for you, Lynette. I hope you get very tasty desserts.
Whatever you do, please be careful.
We appreciate your concern.
If anything happens to you because you're investigating Caesar, I'll never be able to forgive myself.
Don't worry. It'll take more than some random guys to take the Traveler down. One hopes, at least. Lynette?
With me here, nothing will happen.
She sounds serious. She's got her game face on as well, doesn't she? Alright, to the Fleuve Sonde. Where am I? Where is it? How does the city work? I do not know. Stole some fruits. Sorry about that. I thought they were free. Ooh, another alleyway. Taking every alleyway that I see. I am trapped. Why have an alleyway if you don't have a chest down it? This is so sad. Snack shop. Hi, Louie. Do you have a menu? Ooh. This is the one that I want. I already have this recipe. Is that the one that I wanted? That's hilarious. I already have it? I completely thought that I didn't. I feel like it was one of these. Yeah, this is the one that I want. Apparently I already have it. Okay, great. Yay. I will talk to you more about who you are and what your goals in life are at another time. Now I've got to find the pipes. I've gone up instead of down. Thank you, I needed that light. Excuse me. We saw the pathway down earlier. They're usually by the stairs. There we go, there's one. Oh, hello. Going to all the stores today, apparently. Oh, we can buy Fanta. Interesting. Investigate. I like how every region has sort of region-specific foods. And food ingredients, even. Jesus! Sprinkles! I need more, Oh, hey, Neverlet! Wait, we should ascend him. Let's ascend him really quick. I said that we would do that last time. I almost forgot. I should be able to do it now, right? Yes! Go for it!
Now that I have reclaimed one of the 7 authorities from the hands of the usurpers, I have regained my true form. I am now a fully fledged dragon, powerful enough to judge the rest of the gods. My final destiny is to judge the usurper king in the heavens above. But until that time comes, I will lend my power to you.
The usurper king? I listened to that one because I felt that with where I am now in the story, I assumed that it would be safe to listen to. Usurper king? Now, is this meant to refer to, like, the sustainer of heavenly principles, or... I'm so curious. Or, Fanes, do you suppose? The original. What is the relationship between Fanes and the sustainer? Do you know? Can you tell me? Only I could ask you all the thoughts in my mind. Okay, we can do some of these as well. I'll just do this one. Oh, and look at that, level 9! Cool. And I can work on those later. Artifacts are still these guys because they're just so good it's hard to change away from them. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, we leveled him, that's what I wanted to do. Let's proceed. The artifact indecision is very real. That second set seems like it's going to have such good benefits for him. But I just don't quite have the stats yet.
Shower me with praise!
First of all, we can fly down a little bit. Oh! Interesting, this doesn't seem to count as water. But I am getting hydro applied to me. Maybe it's because it's angled. Curious. Lizard! Gimme here. Hey!
Strike a pose!
Usurper King. I mean, that made me think of the Dragon King. But I don't think that's who he's talking about, because he's a dragon. He's on the dragon side. And... we have heard the term usurper used to refer to somebody. Was it the gods or was it Fanes? I kind of forget. But we have heard that word referenced. Am I in the wrong area? Oh, way over there. Oh darn it, I just went back above ground. 1 second. There's they want me to go in the other direction. I didn't even know that you could go in the other direction. I think I came from that way. And I turned right just because that's usually where we're going. It's over here. Oh!
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. Let's shift them away first.
I think we're about to be attacked. But yes, let's. You help Lyney move the boxes aside. It looks like no one's been here in a long time.
It should be just down here.
Ooh. Secret entrance. Teleport waypoint unlocked. Is this a domain? Ah, it is. Recommended as Pyro. Well, let's just hope that they give us a Pyro character, shall we? Maybe I should put more Pyro in my party. Just to, Does he have his ultimate? What's that? Why is he glowing like that? Is it stacks? Possibly? Interesting. I do like this design. It's really grown on me. I think originally I was just kind of like, yeah, nice design. Now it's really grown on me. Oh, this is gonna move, isn't it? Thank you.
So this was Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props.
And traps all over the place. Ooh, balloons. How sinister. But I guess he did like to give.
What was that?
Oh, hello.
Is this one of Caesar's gadgets?
Oh,
Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Attack the puppets when they pop out to secure them in place. They're so cute. You want me to attack them? Oh, there they are! Wow, they are quite short-lived, though. Okay. Hello. Oops. Let's see what happens. Oh, cool. Alright, well, let's get Priyan on the field, get him some vaporize. That's me, not him. That's Navia, not him. Here he is. And one of these? And that should heal him a little bit, right? I think it did.
Whoa. Look. The doll in the box is glowing.
Ooh, and flying. That is impressive. It seems like his magic was quite whimsical.
May I present?
It does feel like very friendly magic.
There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look.
I want to investigate everywhere first. Just in case. Yeah. It's a cute little song. A little mischievous, a little mysterious. Okay. Look at these little guys, too. Oh, wish list! The wish list! I'd like a little dove. I want a robot with cool powers. Note, you need your parents' permission to own a pet, and you also need to take good care of it. I've brought a fluffy toy dove for you this time. If you're ready to own a pet, I'll make a real dove appear for you next time. He seems very responsible. I want a bucket of fried chicken that never runs out. I'd like a new bag. Note, there's no such thing as fried chicken that never runs out. Just says there's no such thing as children who never grow up. Also, eating too much fried food is bad for you. Make sure to pair it with something healthy, like a salad, alright? Yeah, he seems very genuine and caring. Cool. Where are we going? That way? Door of Resurrection activated. So it seems like also that he didn't necessarily always bring them what they wanted. And also, so that one guy who said like, oh, the wish list might have been used to know what to steal.
Looks like we've reached the end of this route. Shall we try a different one?
Now that I think about it, that doesn't really make sense because a wish list is things that you don't have. So if those people didn't have those things, how could he steal them from them? Especially if he didn't always give them exactly what they asked for. Hello.
These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
I think it was this one. Great. I kind of was distracted by Lyney's... Oh my god, did you see the... Look at all the cats! Yo, I didn't realize they were going to move and so I almost lost track of it, but luckily... wasn't too hard to follow. It's the same one too, the one's on that box. There we go. Ooh. Oh, secret room. Oh, that's clever. That's why we had that whole, oh, this route isn't the right route dialogue pop up. Oh. So we will explore every corner just in case. Alrighty. Oh, what's this? I do love a symbol like that. It looks very cool. Do you suppose that's his, like, logo? We see it all over the place here. It's a very big area, too. Picturing this all under the Court of Fontaine. Kind of funny. Is this custom music just for the story quest? Wow.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already?
It's a puzzle.
There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
Lyney, what are you looking at?
This place seems a little too ordinary for a magician's workshop. There's a distinct lack of mystery.
Lyney's saying, this place doesn't have enough flair. If this was a real magician's workshop, it would have flair. So we're missing something. There is a secret compartment, maybe?
We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere. Aha! If I just move this book, then hopefully... and... presto!
Presto. Is he standing on the books?
A secret passageway! How did you know?
I'm a magician too, and apparently great minds really do think alike. Looks pretty big inside. Let's head in and take a look around.
Let's go. I really think he was just standing on the books. These ones right here. I tried to move the dialogue so I could see, but the scene switched too quickly. Oh, yay! Yes. Oh wait, they gave us the practice Lyney. I want to see the artifacts. Can I? Can't. Can I do here? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a well-built Lyney. I wonder who designs the build for the trials. Imagine being I almost said the coworker. Imagine being the employee at Hoyo who's in charge of setting up the trial characters. Oh wait, ultimate. Oh, I see it.
Here comes the finale.
It's so silly. I love it. And it does so much damage too. Oh my god.
Step right up.
The fireworks. It's such a fun way to fight. Oh, we're healing. Oh wait, that's so clever. Because he healed himself and it must have overflowed, so then Farina healed the rest of the party. That's pretty cool. Backing around a little bit. Okay. But yeah, I like his fighting animations. It's really fun to have all the fireworks on the field. It reminds me of Yoimiya's. Yoimiya was the first character who I realized, like, wow, wait, this is actually just really fun to play because the animations were so fun. I will always remember her trial. You guys aren't really fighting us yet. It's strange. There they go.
And voila!
Wow. You made him disappear. Funny. Oh, he doesn't have his skill back yet. Oh, interesting. Guess we walked into the zone or something. Magic box?
Why have you stopped, Lyney? Is there some device in that box?
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead.
Suspicious, Lyney. Please tell us what you're thinking.
If anyone makes a major discovery, let's rendezvous here.
All right, see you in a bit.
So I suppose we can scout while he does a deep dive into some magic contraption. He would definitely understand better how to decode its purpose. And he's off the team. This is so sad.
The placement of this device inside. If I remember correctly...
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out what it's for. Makes sense to me. Good luck. We shan't distract you any further.
How brilliant!
Ooh, wow, that's so pretty. Little room over here. This the one that we came in on? Yes, it is. Door there. I don't suppose I can open you. Not quite. That's the room we just came from, so let's go upstairs. Oh, another room over here. Oh, could I not climb this? Nope. Okay, I'm going to assume I shouldn't do anything in here. Upstairs. Ooh, this is a puzzle. It's got that same logo on it, too. Probably to open that door. What do you suppose? Walk on everything only once? Yep. With moving ones, too. Okay. Looking at this design, little top hat and a magic wand. Cool. There we go. Did I do it? I did. Yay. Should I do it again? Oh. That was cute. Doors are beautiful. Wow. That is gorgeous too. It's got vague magic colors. I love it. Investigate the hidden room.
Wow! There's a hidden room here!
You don't say.
Let's see! Oh, this bookcase is full of Caesar's own notes! He wrote a
Ooh.
lot about the principles of magic.
Real magic?
Much too advanced for Paimon.
Or just sleight of hand magic?
Hey, look! Is that Caesar's diary on the table?
Is it now? This is gorgeous. I love the pink and golden light. I don't know why those are like the colors of magic, but it just feels like the colors of magic, doesn't it? It looks so pretty. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Imaginarium Theater. Let's take a read.
This book's thick as a brick! Let's take a peek inside it, shall we?
The lighting in this room is so cool. Oh, about the wish lists.
At one of my shows a few days ago, a child asked me how I pulled candy out of my hat. As a joke, I told the kid that the hat has a built-in wish-granting machine. Next thing I know, today a whole bunch of kids were pestering me to pull all sorts of things out of the hat. So I told them another white lie. The machine needs time to power up, but in the meantime, you can write your wishes down. Well, they took me up on that offer, enthusiastically. As I write this, I've only just got back from running around all over town, buying the things they wanted. Boy, are my legs sore.
Wow, so he bought them all personally.
I wound up saving very little this month, but that's not a major issue. I now have a bigger problem. How am I going to hide all these things inside my hat?
How indeed. That's Caesar's voice, huh? Yeah, he really does seem like a nice guy. About the children studying magic? Do you suppose... So, earlier we were saying that it seems like Lyney has a personal investment in this case, beyond just wanting to separate the identity of magicians from that of criminals. Do you suppose this is the guy that he learned magic from? Didn't he say, like back in the courthouse, that he learned from watching somebody else while they were on the street or something? So maybe he saw Caesar perform. Oh my god, maybe he was one of the kids.
2 children came to talk to me after today's show. I don't know why they were out on their own. They looked much too young to be unsupervised. I do hope they got home safely.
Wait a second, can you describe them?
Anyway, they said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. It's not uncommon for children to ask this, of course, but I've never seen any of them as serious about it as these 2.
Oh my god, I really think that's what the connection is.
I told them that learning magic is very hard work, but that didn't faze them at all. It's like they already knew. They seemed so committed. I couldn't turn them down.
About Lorenzo's issues?
It seems like something's bothering Lorenzo lately, but he won't open up to me about it. Surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those 2 children. I'll have to talk him around.
Oh, so maybe... Okay, so we know that there's those guys, and those guys have been hired by somebody, presumably. And at this point, it looks like it's Lorenzo. But here's an alternative read. Maybe those guys are hired by somebody else. And Lorenzo's whole deal about his involvement and why he offered Lyney money is because he recognized that Lyney was one of the kids that Caesar was teaching. And so he feels bad for them basically. They also lost Caesar 10 years ago when he died, possibly, if that is indeed what's going on here. And so he feels a little bit responsible for them, like, oh, these are, some of my master's students. Like, basically, if they had been of his same age, they would have been like brothers and sisters in studenthood. But instead, it's kind of like if you're kind of like, this is my nephew, so I'm gonna give him some money type of feeling, maybe.
I have a good feeling about those kids. They're naturally talented, and it seems like they're not new to the world of magic.
At least if Lorenzo is a good guy. Who knows, maybe he's not.
They have all sorts of fantastic ideas. All I'm really doing is helping them develop a more professional standard training plan. They wanted to call me Master, but I told them they absolutely mustn't. Any magician worth their salt could have taught them what I have. They're the geniuses here. Compared to them, I don't deserve to be called any sort of master. With time, I have no doubt that they could become far greater magicians than I. My only concern is why they're so mature for their age. I fear they've had to grow up too fast. I don't dare to imagine what they must have been through.
Yeah, I really think it's our dear friends.
Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. Says that their eyes are too piercing. They don't bother me, but then again, I've never been the sharpest tool in the shed.
Oh, he's so humble. About the farewell.
It's nearly time for me to go on tour. I asked the 2 kids if they'd like to come with me, but they shook their heads. I once overheard them talking about their father and their mission. Sounds like their parents have other plans for them. I guess we'll be parting ways soon.
So they were already doing missions at that age though, huh? What could their mission have been at that time?
It's only been 10 days since I first met them.
10 days?
But I think that I've gotten a feel for their personalities now.
Such a short amount of time.
They're very tough, but also very cautious. And they trust no one but each other. This, I fear, is not a good habit to have.
And that's kind of interesting because of the feedback that Arlecchino had for Lyney in the Archon quest about how he should learn to rely on others more.
They hide things from me too. For example, when I asked them where they live and why they wanted to learn magic, they lied. That's the thing about children. Whenever they're trying to cover something up, it always shows somehow. I can sense that their lives have been hard, possibly even dangerous too. They're not like other children. It's a shame that I can't do more to help them. After thinking things over, I decided to tell them a bit about how I see the world. It's full of lies and falsehoods, and that is why we must find our own truth. P.S. I hope they won't find my nagging annoying. Children are so opinionated nowadays. Will it do them more harm than good for someone they've only known 10 days to lecture them like that? P.P.S. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Children aren't interested in grand philosophies. It probably just went in one ear and out the other. I bet they've already forgotten every word I said.
Oh, you might be surprised.
Oh, Caesar, Caesar. Just mind your own business next time.
Oh, it seems like he's a good guy.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh?
I wonder who that could be.
Sounds a lot like he was writing about Lyney and Lynette, don't you think?
You don't say.
So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Let's go ask Lyney!
Wonder if he remembers. I assume he does. That's very interesting, because that means that he lied to Charlotte right at the beginning about, you know, any possible connection to Caesar and everything that was happening. But that's fair. You know, that's not exactly the sort of thing that you would tell someone you're not close to, and particularly a reporter, for no reason. Then he didn't tell us. I'm a little sad.
Lyney!
Hey.
Shh, hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
It'd be very funny if there was something fish-themed.
All in good time.
Of
Before
course.
we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed.
Whoa, telling us magic secrets?
First,
Are you dying?
the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming.
Yikes.
Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Oh, and that's supposedly what happened to Caesar, right?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it. And then what?
So he's saying that the whole trick was set up to make you think that he was dead, but then he would reveal that he's not actually dead. So is he not actually dead?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking.
Theoretically speaking? What do you mean? This was a trick of Caesar's that he was just...
The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. Yep. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy. He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall. Not without a vision, at least.
And this was in the opera house itself, huh?
And no one else has ever attempted this trick since. My understanding of how it works is just based on what I could gather from his notes and the relevant gadgets here in his workshop.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh?
More like infamous, no?
Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see it in person, but if it's that dangerous, it's probably for the best that no one else tries to do it. Wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go? How does he get out?
I almost wonder if maybe, kind of like Lyney's trick, before the box is even raised into the air, the bottom opens, and there's a trapdoor on the stage. They can drop below the stage. The box closes, and then it rises.
Glad you asked. That brings us to the secret of said box. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks. Inside, there's a device that only the magician himself would know about. Once the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle. From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trapdoor onto the Opera House roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
So, how does he get from the box's lid to the ceiling, out of the ceiling with nobody noticing him? He's got a very, very small range of vision obstruction to work with. How does he get through the ceiling onto the roof, and then from the roof back inside the building? Unless you mean, instead of like the outside roof, you mean like rafters and such? He's still inside the building? Still, he doesn't have a lot of room to work with. I suppose, without being seen, that is, maybe he could turn on the floodlights and the stage lights very, very bright on the box, so that he in the shadow is hard to see?
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Paimon, you can fly.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of this trick is controlling the audience's mood and reactions. That takes an exceptional degree of showmanship. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape. Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick. Caesar was a highly accomplished magician, but unfortunately, even he didn't manage to pull it off.
So, how did it go so wrong? You said you found some fishy stuff here. Have you figured out what really happened?
I can make a pretty good guess.
Oh yeah?
I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time of his death had the secret button I mentioned positioned on the right-hand side. And sure enough, he always used his right hand as his dominant hand in public.
In public?
Okay. Nothing suspicious there.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here, which leads me to believe that Caesar was in fact left-handed.
I'm not sure where you're going with this. Why would Caesar pretend to be right-handed?
Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus their attention on the most important details of the task or situation at hand. But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience's attention at will, so as to avoid arousing their suspicion. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises eyebrows, the falsehoods become all the more difficult to mask.
He's telling us this while looking us dead in the eyes. The subtext is very, like... all of this applies to him, too, basically. I feel kind of bad for him. Basically, his whole life is perfectly designed to get him to need to deceive everyone around him, basically constantly. I'm glad he has Lynette, at least, and probably Fremine as well, you know? But still, even then, it seems like there's a lot of pressure put on him, which can make it hard for him to rely on others, as we have seen, and so I don't know if he really tells them everything.
And so, Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. Great magic always requires sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, reflex would kick in and he'd use his left hand. That's why he set his gadgets with the mechanism on his left.
Maybe someone exploited that fact against him.
Exactly. I think that's likely what happened.
They switched the button, and so when he was stressed, he wasn't able to escape in time.
Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, retrieve the dummy, then open the secret door and make a swift escape. But I'm sure he was confident. He would have rehearsed countless times to the point where it was second nature. He'd barely need to think about what he was doing because muscle memory would guide him through.
Unless they switched the button.
So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to leave. With his left hand, he reached for the button, and suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. It wasn't there. Much like when you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, his mind needed a moment to process what was going on. Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another second or two, until the bottom of the box gave way.
It's starting to look more and more like he was murdered.
With the stakes being as high as they were, just a 2-second delay cost him everything. The authorities would find nothing suspicious and conclude that his death was due to his own error.
When in reality, someone switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him. But how would they be able to make the switch without being noticed? That would be difficult to pull off, no?
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left-handed, and who could move his props around without arousing suspicion. Someone who was always by his side.
Like his assistant, for example. I don't know. I didn't think that it was Lorenzo because that feels too obvious. Sure, he has the motive and he has the personality, I suppose you could say. Because he received all of Caesar's assets, basically, and then his own popularity exploded afterwards. I think my main reason why I don't think that's it is because it feels too obvious. You know, it feels too straightforward. But on the other hand, how perfect would it be of Hoyo to write a magician's story quest, which is all about tricks and misdirection, so you're looking for the tricks and for the misdirections, when really, the answer is right in front of your eyes the whole time. That would be kind of ironic. I kind of like that idea.
Isn't that right, Lorenzo?
Oh, hey!
You just couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, could you?
Aye.
There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died 10 years ago. I didn't want to have to do this, you know. Silencing you the hard way just creates more problems for me to deal with. But I gave you your chance. I hoped you'd do what's good for you and back off like the lady, but you disappoint me.
You mean Gemma? So you are the one who's been threatening her!
Right, right.
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability. But you people, you never even knew him, but for some reason you just wouldn't drop it.
Okay, so you don't recognize Lyney, do you?
Which is why you can't leave this place alive. Take them out, and make it quick.
Do your worst!
Not Paimon wagging her finger. I'm surprised they're so confident. It's like they don't even see It's like they don't even see the visions.
Now disappear.
Just going on a little stroll. Did I get hit? I honestly don't even know. He drains his own HP, so I can't tell if I got hit. Oh, sorry. Definitely got hit that time, though.
Step right up.
There we go. That's nice. We get a bit of this. One of those. I always feel so bad whenever I have a trial character and I don't try to heal them. Whoa! Wait a minute! Wait, hang on for just a second, okay? Well, I'm gonna go far away so I can't hit him. Wait, that was so cool! Oh, hello? Well, that works for me. Wow! Oh my god, he turns into a card! I love it!
Let's get this show on the road.
It's such a cute little cat guy. Hiding in this thing's own shadow, as one does.
Now disappear.
Wow. I want to see it again. Okay, so card. And then he does have another attack afterwards. Wait, and there's cards in the air! Oh my god! Wait! Wait, hang on for just 1 second. I want to see what he does with that card in his hand. Oh, that's so cool! He puts it away! No, give him back! I want to see them again. The animations. They heard my wish! They gave me more cards.
You kids are tougher than you look.
I mean, look at us. We all look like anime protagonists. Seriously.
Had
Well, I mean,
enough
he
yet,
does too, to
Lorenzo?
be fair.
Your cronies can't help you now. I think it's high time you started talking. And what I'd really like to know is, why did you murder Caesar?
How did I just notice that Lyney has a little bit of... I don't know if it's dyed hair or if it's natural, but a little bit of red. I guess to match Lynette's, like, green-blue. How did I never notice that before?
If I had a Mora for every time you said that man's name. Of course you idolized Caesar, everyone else did. But I was the real genius magician. Me, He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed their hats to me.
So it was jealousy.
Such a simple, foolish reason.
Jealousy. Hatred, more like. I hated Caesar. All he cared about was his magic. He lived and breathed it. He poured everything into his street performances and his stupid tours like it was just a hobby to him, never bothering to think about Mora. What sort of fool devotes their life to the art of deception and never has a Mora to show for it?
You're calling it the art of deception?
But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. No one gave me a second look. All I ever heard was, "Oh, your master's amazing, isn't he?" Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had.
This voice actor's really good. Thank you, Vega. This is also what I'm wondering. Why didn't you just leave? You killed him?
He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their Mora. There was nothing he hated more than that.
Okay. So, why didn't you just leave?
And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of money-making magic, he would expose me, and it would destroy me.
Okay, you could go to a different nation. Or you could just not do scamming magic.
I had to kill him. There was no other way. He had to go.
Also, I don't think that he was as concerned with you as you were obsessed with him, sorry to say.
And this was your only motive?
It really is such a shame.
It was reason enough. What other motive would I need?
Reason enough to kill a man?
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors at play. For instance, maybe you were in love with Gemma, but she was engaged to Caesar.
That too.
In love with Gemma? Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then. Next question. Are you the Phantom Weasel?
Maybe he wanted to destroy Caesar's reputation, so he did use the wish list to steal things from people, and then planted the items so that Caesar would take the blame.
I am.
Yeah.
Caesar was so strict with me. He insisted that his way was the right way, that the sole purpose of magic was to bring joy to the world. I never bought into any of that. I was more interested in the practical value of magic. Sure enough, it helped me fill my pockets with all kinds of valuable treasures.
But I heard that the Phantom Weasel stole from the rich and poor alike.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte told us that the weasel would steal whatever people valued, no matter how much it was worth.
That's just how it looked from the outside. What would any thief want with second-rate loot? I've only ever targeted high-value items. I stole cheap things as a way of practicing my craft. It was other people's overactive imaginations that conjured up the preposterous image they then dubbed the Phantom Weasel.
So that's the story, huh? Well, I hope you're ready to tell it all over again during your trial.
What choice do I have? You're a pack of wolves, and you've got me between your jaws. You've seen what's here, and my last-ditch effort to stop it getting out has failed. What else can I do? So be it. I've enjoyed power and wealth for the last 10 years, the likes of which Caesar could never give me. I wouldn't choose for things to end this way, but I regret nothing.
Wow, he's literally completely remorseless? He doesn't care that, like, this guy has a serious lack of empathy, doesn't he?
Very well. In that case, I'll contact the guards. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me. I'll meet you just outside the workshop when I'm back.
If this guy escapes, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. You better not let him escape, okay? Hi.
At least I can finally stop looking over my shoulder now.
Wow, really? The only person you ever cared to look out for is yourself, isn't it? I kind of want to know his story, like, how did he become Caesar's apprentice to begin with? Like, did he have a family? Was Caesar taking care of him? Or was it like he had a family? He approached Caesar because he wanted to learn magic because he saw the fame and presumed fortune it brought to Caesar. He talked about other apprentices, so maybe that's where he got the idea. Just, what a horrible guy. I kind of want to know his story because I want to know Caesar's part in it, but I also don't care to learn anything else about this man.
Lyney has told me the whole story.
Hi, Bruno.
Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
And wow, now everybody in the Fifth Cylinder knows what's going on here. That sound is going to echo.
Look who's finally developed a conscience.
I wouldn't even say that he
What kind of
has.
disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it, because there'll be hell to pay.
So wow, it really was him, was it?
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lyney? Should we start preparing for your show?
At this rate, I don't think they're going to give us another full magic show, but I wish they would.
Let me think.
The last one was so good.
Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first. With Lorenzo in custody, Gemma will no longer have to fear for her safety.
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away. It'll give her some peace of mind for sure.
Yeah, really. Like they were saying earlier, it might be nice for her to have her fiance's name cleared as well. So she'll be happy about that. Let us go... Yeah, we'll just teleport up. I think it'll be a bittersweet happiness, though. I don't think she'll be particularly happy to know that her fiancé was betrayed by somebody he probably saw as a close friend. But at the same time, she does get closure. Looking for chests. That looks like one, but I think it's just a mini decorative chest. Right there. Surprising lack of chests in this city. Hey! There we go! Speak of one and one shall appear. No? Yay!
On the road.
Okay, I'm happy. Hey guys! Thanks for waiting for us.
Ah, you're back.
Did you guys see any trouble?
You were so quick. I've only just finished my third dessert.
Third dessert? Oh, I'm so jealous. What did you get?
Your third? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for dinner now.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's done now. But try to eat a more balanced diet in the future.
I wonder what Gemma was thinking, sitting there watching that.
Point taken.
Hey, look at that. They've got matching opposite side hair thingies.
Did everything go okay?
Of course! Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Everything went okay, but nothing is fine. You know what I mean?
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry. I still didn't know if I could trust you, but now it seems I can.
Honestly, probably that hesitation of yours might have kept you alive a little bit.
I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I...
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
It's okay. We understand. He did threaten you. Paimon would find it hard to trust strangers in your position, too. But you don't need to be scared anymore. Everything's gonna be okay.
Sorry. Sorry. My emotions are all over the place right now. I've been waiting for this day to come for so long.
Entirely understandable. I also just want to say, Paimon is so reassuring, isn't she? She's so sweet.
I always wanted to report Lorenzo. He took all of Caesar's property, which I found suspicious. But I had people watching me all the time, so I couldn't risk looking into it.
Yeah, you don't say. That is quite suspicious.
I was so afraid. I was scared he'd do something terrible to me, and then no one would be left to visit Caesar's grave. So I never had the courage to speak out.
Can't believe nobody else investigated.
Thank you all. Truly. Thank you so much.
I suppose they decided that it was a clear and done case after they decided that it was an accident, so they didn't bother to really pay attention to what happened after they shut the case. Unfortunate. At Lyney's suggestion, everyone goes to the cemetery to announce Lorenzo's arrest. Something
Thank
Caesar.
you all for clearing Caesar's name.
Another ceremony or something? Hi, guys.
I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. From the outside, it looked like they got along great. To think that lowlife's been living life to the fullest all this time, while Caesar's name was getting dragged through the mud. It's a travesty. At least his soul can finally rest in peace now, thanks to your efforts.
Well, we didn't really do much.
If only I'd realized before it was too late.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma.
Yeah, really.
This isn't your fault.
Yeah, don't blame yourself. If there's anyone to blame, it is clearly Lorenzo.
Yeah, you still have the rest of your life to live. Caesar wouldn't want to see you spending it feeling guilty.
That's a good point.
Cheer up, Gemma.
That hit close to home.
My brother's doing a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow evening. Would you like to come along? It might raise your spirits.
Oh dear, that would be a big step for her, but if it goes well, it could be nice.
This show will be a special one. We're holding it in Caesar's honor.
In Caesar's honor? Really?
Because he taught you magic?
Thank you. I'll be there.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler, Paimon, don't be late.
Well, try not to get sidetracked.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna miss out on a free magic show.
Oh, it's free now?
Wait, Paimon feels like we're forgetting something.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Caesar's gallery! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were Lyney and Lynette or not. Lyney changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well, guess we'll just have to ask Lyney tomorrow evening.
I see. I was worried that I forgot something, but it was in fact something that I never forgot. At this point, I'm just assuming that they won't be confirming it in the game to us, but maybe in a dialogue tree at the end or something.
I've spoken many choice words about Caesar over the years.
I'm so ashamed of myself now. He was such a good man.
Well, at least now he'll learn from this and change, right? I'm glad to see you self-reflecting.
I can't believe Lorenzo was intimidating Gemma all this time.
Have you met Lorenzo before?
He comes around here sometimes. Not to clean Caesar's grave, though. He just stands off to the side and watches Gemma from a distance. She must have known, but she never asked him to leave. I wonder why that is.
Maybe because she was scared to speak out against him at all, or maybe because she hoped that somewhere deep down he felt a little bit of remorse for what he did.
It may take some time, but Caesar's reputation will be restored now that the real culprit has been captured. Looks like Gemma chose a good man after all.
Nice, yeah. He seems like he was a really good guy. Wait until the next evening. 1800. Well, it's 1830 today, so... You can do it. Just about. That works for me. Hi, Elimas! Look at you. It is really quite pretty. Did you want? Ooh, what's this? Oh, the Kave name card. Oh, look what I got also. So here's Kave. Look at what I got. I got, no. Yes. A while back it was. Look, I got a caterpillar one. It's so cute. I kind of want to use it actually. Maybe I should. As a treat to me. Let's go to the Opera House. Still wish that I could teleport right here. But I can't. It sends us off to that one teleporter. Yeah. Let's stop by the fountain while we're here, see if we have enough sigils. Feels eerily quiet. There we go. Oh, I don't need to be in the fountain. There we are. Hey, we do. Casually dripping water, because we walked through the fountain first. Yay! Nice. I'll take these, definitely. Hooray! Magic show. I hope we have a magic show. At this point, I am thinking it's going to be just a dark background with some text on it. But I can hope. I can dream. I can imagine an opera show or a magic show into existence, can't I? Oh, whoa. That was cool. Do I have full friendship with Lynette yet? Doing this quest really makes me want to know more about their childhood. Where is she? She's Animo. I do. Excellent. She is my only hope, since I don't have Lyney. Should read, Reminisce as well. Oh, there we go. At first I thought it was going to be a private show, but here's everyone. There's Charlotte.
Paimon's excited to see another of Lyney's magic shows!
Me too.
Wait. Lynette, shouldn't you be on stage by now?
Not this time. My brother's going solo today.
Wow.
So, I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Robert
Everybody's
Houdini.
ready because the show is about to begin.
Like Houdini. What was Houdini's first name? Was it Robert Roberto?
The great magician Lyney has prepared a spectacular show for us all tonight, concluding with an all-new grand finale that no audience has ever seen before.
I don't know if I want him to do the mid-air escape trick. On one hand, yes, this show is meant to be an homage. On the other hand, though, I don't know if that might be traumatizing to some people in the audience. Or at least hard to watch.
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mystical and miraculous.
We get to see another one? Do we? Aww, Lyney wows the audience with his skill.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
Does the magic look familiar?
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too.
I'm glad that it seems like Gemma might get a friend in Lynette out of all of this. It would be really sweet if she could visit her sometimes.
So, how did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children.
What did they look like? Do you recall?
Children love magic, because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained. Caesar had this amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world. And somehow, I felt drawn to him too. So I went up and asked him to do a trick for me.
Aw, that sounds so romantic. What trick did he do?
It was with a flower. He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and it magically appeared on my head.
Nice.
I was so happy that day. No one had ever given me a flower before that.
So sweet.
Oh, that's so cute! Actually, now that you mention it, Lyney's done that one before.
What kind of flower was it that you got, Gemma?
Is that right? Then I suppose he's a romantic at heart, just like Caesar. So let's treasure the time we have with him. After all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
Don't be sad. I don't know if that will be most reassuring. The killer has been caught,
That's right.
I suppose.
It's all over now. Paimon doesn't really know how to comfort you, but at the very least, no one's gonna be intimidating you from now on. You can breathe easy at last, right?
Right.
I'm a little worried for Lyney. Let's treasure the time we have with him. You never know when the people dearest to you might be gone. Completely understandable, given Gemma's story and all that we've just learned about what happened. But do you suppose that's a death flag?
Yes, you can breathe easy now. Phantom Weasel.
Oh, yeah?
See? Even Lynette says... Wait, what?
Yeah?
The Phantom Weasel? Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
Paimon's ready to fight immediately.
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
As Lyney once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance for their audience.
Do you suppose that she's the Phantom Weasel, and when we were accusing Lorenzo of being the I think he did kill Caesar, but when we were accusing him of being the Phantom Weasel, do you suppose he willingly took the accusations because he is indeed in love with her?
But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone with no more cards up their sleeve. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
Was she never upset about her husband at all? No. She wasn't in love with Lorenzo too, was she?
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like this riddle. Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say something!
What? Gemma, I thought you were cool. I thought you were the Phantom Weasel for a cool reason. Don't tell me you were the Phantom Weasel because you wanted to be rich and therefore you weren't happy with your life with Caesar and you were going to leave him for Lorenzo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying the performance so far. There will now be a brief intermission, after which Lyney will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's show, the one we've all been waiting for.
Because we've learned a lot about Caesar's personality, but we haven't learned a lot about hers. So I don't know what her motivations might be
The
yet.
final performance will take place outside of the Opera House, so please make your way outside in a calm and orderly fashion.
Interesting.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they? Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon. Let's talk somewhere else for now.
There's that twist I was waiting for. Go somewhere quiet and ask about the truth. Yeah, I wonder. There they are. So let's see, everything that we've seen of her personality. Well, on one hand, everything that we've seen from her, we kind of have to assume it was an act. She does have an injured hand. It does seem like... Was she ever being threatened by Lorenzo? The guys did say that they intimidated somebody. Oh, she's mad.
This is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood.
Wow, I've never seen Lynette look so mad.
This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup plan. Now, who wants to hear a story?
I do. Please share.
Lyney, don't we have more important things to address right now?
Come on, Paimon, you can pick up what he's hinting at.
Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck's going on?
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the questions you want to ask. And as it happens, the story I'm about to tell might answer a few of them.
By all means, please go ahead.
Really? Well then, let's hear it! Paimon's dying of curiosity here!
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving hands.
Yes.
But as her infamy grew,
look at
so
her!
did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was.
She looks so cool. But yeah, okay, great. So she is the Phantom Weasel. Perfect.
Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So then what?
Being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust.
Oh, there he
now,
is.
all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes.
Yeah, so she got close to him, and that was how she was able to plant all of her items in his house and effects, or their house and effects.
But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind. Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty after all. At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his death. Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
Yes?
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings.
You've given yourself away. Your voice has already changed.
But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, Lyney? Is it something that Lorenzo said?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
Exactly.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me, even without a shred of evidence?
Do we have evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. And I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone sympathized with your plight. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that poor lady. Perish the thought.
Wait, so you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax? Gemma and Lorenzo were both in on it?
It makes a lot of sense. Her hand's probably not even injured.
But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of admitting to being the weasel himself?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
What do you say, Gemma?
Well, Lyney, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious.
Yeah, you can tell she's not a magician. Her act crumbles so easily.
Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
Loved ones?
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting, I'd be much obliged.
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really like to understand. Why would the real weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could you shed any light on that?
I'm almost getting the feeling that's just because she's kind of an awful person.
Of course. After all, we're just telling stories here, aren't we? If I had to guess, I would say that the real weasel must have had a terrible childhood. Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten. She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and pen. She'd sew ugly rag dolls from whatever scrap material she could get her hands on. This was her only source of happiness in life. But it was all she needed, and she was content. Until the world decided that even this was too good for her. Once again, she was betrayed. And this time, everything was taken from her. She felt like life was a miry pit that dragged her further down the more she struggled to escape. At that tender age, she should have been happy. Instead, she stood in the shadows and watched with envy as all good things in the world passed her by. This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. Her pain became a breeding ground for dark thoughts, Thoughts which festered and grew into a twisted solution to her troubles. I detest the happiness of others, in all its forms alike. I will rob them of everything they hold to be good and true, and it will fill the void in my soul.
And did it? It's kind of like that one saying, like, full motive, still murder. In this case, it's like, okay, you had a terrible childhood. Does not at all excuse inflicting the same on others around you.
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
But also that little picture that they gave us. Man, I feel like there's... It's so cool, because it feels like they wrote a whole story for her, and then they're just telling us the parts that we need to know. Like, I wonder if they have names for those characters. Did you see that one character was holding a potted plant? Like, it feels like they wrote a whole story for her, which is so interesting. I wish I could learn the full details.
Now it all makes sense.
Does this story satisfy you, Lyney?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my confusion.
So, what was with the warning letter?
Huh. That's right! What drove you to write that letter, Gemma? What were you trying to achieve there? Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light!
Maybe Lorenzo wrote it.
She didn't write the letter.
Yeah.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace. Lyney. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat now? You were the one who posted that letter outside the Opera House. But why?
That is so clever, just to kick everything into motion.
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever.
Because he knew Caesar, because they both knew Caesar.
Well, no need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it? You had no other agenda?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
I love it. It makes so much sense. This is so clever.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him? Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two obnoxious kids. It's been so long, and you're all grown up now. I didn't recognize you.
The identical glares. I love it. Of course she would call them obnoxious. She just doesn't like anybody or anything, especially when they show passion or interest or joy in anything.
He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something? And you went to all this trouble. Why? Because you feel like you still owe him something?
We remember all our debts, however great or small. 10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one cares what the truth is anymore. But we did not forget, and so we came to find you.
Wow.
And? What exactly did you take from me? I'm still standing, as you can see. Lorenzo has admitted to everything. I'm free.
Oh, is Charlotte standing around the corner or something?
Free? Do you really think so? Caesar once told me that even though the world is filled with lies and falsehoods, we must find our own truth. I think that applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Prized possessions with nostalgic value, fervent hopes and dreams, and irreplaceable people. Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night, stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole?
Somebody else you're talking about? Not Lorenzo.
Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master, played along with your act, and took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him. But what did he have to gain from all that? He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was willing to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that you haven't felt the compulsion to steal in all these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. So I think you know, deep down, that he is the only truth you have in your life.
So, basically, even if she isn't caught now, since they've caught, in a way, they caught Lorenzo, at least for the murder, that part is accurate. So, since she's lost sort of her outlet in that friendship that she had, she might have to turn back to, she might find herself turning back to stealing in order to fill that void. And if she ever starts stealing again, people will realize that she's still out there, and she'll probably get caught. So, she's not going to walk free forever, even if she walks free now.
But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Yeah, she's free, but she's lost everything, basically. The one thing that she really needed.
Your freedom will cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world full of lies and falsehoods. I do hope you'll be able to bear it. You've still got a long life ahead of you after all.
Gather round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing Lyney to perform his final act in tonight's show. I'm sure you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale. Well, wonder no more, for the answer is a death-defying high-altitude escape.
That's why he has somebody else playing the assistant/announcer besides Lynette, because he needed her to keep an eye on Gemma.
A high-altitude escape?
Or she wanted to keep an eye on Gemma, more likely. 10 years ago, the trick that Caesar died attempting.
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his fatal fall, after which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel. But we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel has now confessed to their crimes.
Guess that's my cue to leave. Whew. I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous.
Don't panic.
Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
Huh, you don't say.
Lyney, wait.
Ooh. It's so rare to see these two looking so serious. I'm kind of enjoying it.
You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. So what about now? Are you an open book? Or are you still the same as ever?
I'm enjoying getting to see their character depth, and also this is a pretty good question. Don't tell her the truth, Lyney, but how does that make you feel, Lyney?
You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone. One day, you'll end up exactly where I am today. Maybe then you'll finally understand.
I think his situation is different. Even if, as I mentioned before, I don't think things are exactly perfect in his life. I think that there is a lot of pressure on him, which causes him to not fully open up to and or rely on the people around him. He still has those people around him who want him to reach out to them. And so I think if we can just, you know, push him to take that final step and really open up, or if a time comes where he has to, there are people there for him. He'll be okay.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
There we go.
So, what are we, doing now?
Wanna go watch a magic trick?
Like Lyney said, when you're ready, let's head outside and watch the show.
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see Lyney after the show, you know where he'll be. The usual haunt.
All right. Well, let's go and watch Lyney's finale then. This trick's a pretty dangerous one, but he should be able to pull it off, right?
The usual haunt. What, the, their house?
Magicians are not like thieves. Thieves only tear things apart. But good-hearted magicians, they put things back together.
And poor Caesar, he really was just surrounded by terrible people.
What is my truth. Sometimes I think I'm like a gambling addict. All I care about is winning, and it doesn't matter what's at stake. By the time I come to my senses, I'm left with nothing. Oh, if I had my time again.
At least she's finally self-reflecting as well. That's great. Maybe she'll be able to change. Wow, wait a minute, where's the door? Here it is. This was such a satisfying story. That was just downright enjoyable. That's a good story quest right there. Let's see if Lyney comes out of this a little changed. That would be the icing on the cake, you know? Here we go! Oh, pretty. Oh, there's Lynette.
Magic should be mysterious, surprising,
Caesar.
and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
Oh my gosh.
It's alright. We're used to that.
They're so little!
We're sorry. You've taught us so much.
Oh my
I
god.
can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you?
They're
This
so
world
cute.
is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day you can find your own truth.
Look at how sad they look.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Aww.
Behold! Lyney is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape?
Carrying on the legacy.
10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Hang on!
Watch out!
He'll be okay. Oh dear. Was he on the box? Was he in the box? Is he still in the box?
Mysterious.
It's like a wish.
Surprising.
Surprising, right?
And logic defying.
I love it.
Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar.
Oh, wow!
I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Wow. Exploded into petals.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
That was really cool.
How
That was
could he
beautiful.
possibly have done that?
Lumido's spells for parting.
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished right in front of my eyes.
What a heart-stopping magic show! This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Lyney has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself.
That was so nice. He's like carrying on his legacy.
Looks like everyone really loved Lyney's grand finale.
Even though they don't know the full story.
Paimon doesn't see Lyney anywhere. Where'd he go?
The usual haunt?
Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual haunt. But, where is that?
The cemetery?
Oh, you mean the one where Caesar's buried?
The usual haunt?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably it. This whole magic show kinda seemed like Lyney's way of saying goodbye to Caesar. So it makes sense that that's where he'd be afterward.
It does.
Alright, let's go look for him there.
Seems to make sense to me. Let's make sure Lynette's not around before we leave. Looks to be back to the regular NPCs, just with extra flowers on the ground. Wow. That was gorgeous. That was so pretty. The art style? And I do love how it kind of feels like this guy was really a father figure to them. You know, a normal one outside of the other father figure that they have. And also normal even though he was a magician, so not entirely normal, but normal in the ways that counted, you know? I think he was a really stable influence on their lives as children, especially after everything that happened. Because that must have been post their induction into the house. Man, they were so little. To imagine that they were brought to the house, and that means that everything that happened before the house happened to them before they were that age. Oh my god. You've been through a lot, haven't you? But still, it's really cool that they felt this connection so deeply that even 10 years later, and it's also, I think that really shows that their own control over their own lives to an extent. You know, obviously they're still bound to the house, but they felt that this mattered enough for them to do all this stuff that they did of their own accord. I don't know, I just think it's great. They have great agency as characters, which is really important to me, and I thought the story quest demonstrated it very well.
There you are.
Oh wow, look at him. I think that's an honest face from him. Those are rare.
Right? Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked Caesar's original setup a little to keep it fresh.
Right, he always has a flair.
I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning and spinning. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final moments.
Oh, it must have been awful.
Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until the end?
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop. You learned magic from Caesar once, didn't you? When was that?
After I joined the House of the Hearth. To be honest, Lynette and I had an agenda when we approached him.
An agenda?
I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers. I'd watch their tricks and try to figure out how they were done. But I quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far. What I saw was the polished final performance, but the rigorous training they put in behind the scenes remained invisible to me.
And right, that's what Caesar said, that really all he taught them was training procedures.
I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props. We were gifted enough that we'd made some progress by ourselves, but without proper guidance from a professional magician, we quickly plateaued.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes. We figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to teach us. In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast, we hid so many things from him.
Well, he didn't ask you for those things, though, you know?
For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, it's my passion. But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic talent, then betrayed soon after, this was no longer about me doing what I loved.
Oh no. Oh, Lyney.
What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him the truth.
Wow.
Trust is a beautiful thing. Sadly, I'd forgotten how to trust by then.
And they were so young too. Oh my god. I mean, it's very realistic. So much happened to them. It's just so sad.
Lyney.
I don't blame you. That wasn't your fault.
Still worried about the way I feel? You really are a gentle soul, aren't you?
Why wouldn't I be worried about the way you feel?
But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the House of the Hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death, and was now declared to be the Phantom Weasel. That night, I remembered his smile. But as I lay there, I didn't know what to say to him. To keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you keep them up, the less you let people in. Then, one day, you look around and realize your life is like an empty auditorium after a show, full of seats once occupied by all the people who left. But I guess that's the price we have to pay.
Wow, what an analogy.
You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma. Because I felt it for myself.
But don't be sad. Do you hear his voice breaking there at the end? We're in your auditorium and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, cheer up, Lyney. We've had to say our fair share of goodbyes during our journey, too. But whatever happens, Paimon always believes in what tomorrow brings. Delicious food, fun toys, and the traveler by my side. Paimon just needs to focus on things like this, and all the unhappy stuff goes right out the window. You know, Traveler, doesn't that kind of make you Paimon's truth?
Oh wow, Paimon. She's being kind of like a mental health coach and our dear reassuring partner all at the same time right now.
Exactly. It's the same for me and Lynette. We are the truest thing each other has in the world, and nothing can replace that.
Exactly. There you go.
Life has taken plenty from us, like it did from Gemma. But at least it left us with each other. That's what gave us the strength to get through the darkest days. That's why the darkness never consumed me, and why it never will. Maybe we live in the shadows too, but we remember every precious ray of light that shines through. All right, time to lighten this conversation up a little. What did you think of the show tonight? Were you happy with it?
It was fantastic.
It was amazing! Paimon just wishes we hadn't been so distracted with the Gemma situation. We spent most of our time in the Opera House just talking and pretty much missed the entire first half of the show. Lyney, could you do just one more trick for us?
Aw.
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Truly? Are they ever?
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something. The Lyney Paimon knows can do anything if he puts his mind to it.
Oh, all right then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
Yep, that's what I thought it would be.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand! We ain't going along with this!
The simultaneous arm crossing.
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay, try this. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
I hope he puts it in Paimon's hair this time.
3, 2, 1.
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared somewhere else.
Of course. What is this one?
Really? Let's see.
Is that a rainbow rose? Because that's one we were talking about earlier, but it's got little extra petals. What is that?
Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different flower from the last time, right? This one's called, oh yeah, a rainbow rose.
So it is a rainbow rose. What are you trying to say, Lyney?
But more importantly, Paimon has to know how the trick is done. Please, Lyney, pretty please!
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Oh, we have to get Paimon tiny little cards so she can do card tricks.
Fine. Please, teacher, please.
She really wants to know.
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you. Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal their secrets. You have to observe, think, and find the answers for yourself.
And of course, since that's the way he started learning, Paimon can't even say that it's not fair.
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night.
Good night, Lyney.
I look forward to seeing you again.
I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
All right, fine. See ya.
See ya.
Shall we head back down too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to read the Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Lyney and Caesar will be plastered all over it.
A job well done, I'd say.
Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can find out.
There's more? It's a long quest. It's good though. We get another flower? Oh my god. Delightful encounter. Ooh, look at all the stuff we got. Yay! Where would that be? Over here? Oh, it changed! It's the combination of the first two. It is an arrangement of Lumi spells, which symbolize parting, and rainbow roses that represent passion. Parting and passion are two separate perspectives sharing the same nature. What really matters is the present that we are living in. Wow. Wait until the next morning. Okay. Just trying to get a nice angle so we can see a nice sunrise. Oh good, it's almost morning anyways. 8:01. It's always 01, it seems. There we are. Steambird time? Oh. Oh. Neverlet, why? Did you see the news? No, today's supposed to be a happy day. Oh. Surely it's not because he feels bad that... what's his name? Caesar was wrongly accused. I think it was just a coincidence.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Oh, please, Lyney, I'll only take a moment of your time, if you would be so kind.
Huh? What's happening here?
Another interview?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this morning.
It didn't go to print yet?
But just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom Weasel all along.
Wow, they really got through to her.
That was quick.
They knew exactly what to say to get her to crack.
Hmm?
Oh, I mean, wow, what a surprise, what a twist.
Too late, bro. That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Please, fill me in.
Charlotte's delivery is always so good.
Whoops.
They knew nothing about it, it was just Paimon knew all along, because again, Paimon is psychic.
Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to do with Lyney's performance last night.
Oh, but of course, it was just such a moving performance, all in tribute to Caesar, that the guilt, she could no longer contain it.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
Precisely.
Huh. Okay, then. Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a change of heart, how did it take her 10 whole years?
Well, he hasn't had this performance yet.
Well...
The high-altitude trick, nobody else has done it. Charlotte's journalistic spirit is burning red. We're going to have to distract her somehow.
Oh, I remember now! You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. What happened between you? Quickfire question! Where did you all go after the show?
To the cemetery.
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Lyney did a private magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Lyney started using rainbow roses in his tricks.
This is hot news, of course.
What?
Oh. What? Lynette, does that mean something to you? I was thinking it was sort of maybe a symbol of... He was talking about how magic became a little bit complicated for him after he joined the House of the Hearth, and I was wondering if maybe that was a symbol of his passion for magic kind of reigniting. What's what, Lynette?
I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself. Is this supposed to mean that they're more important to you than your own sister?
It was symbolic, Lynette.
No, I just,
What now? Oh, did Paimon say something wrong again?
You successfully flustered the magician, Paimon. You and Lynette. Impressive.
This is getting pretty awkward. What do we do, Traveler?
Just smile and wave.
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Well, never mind. There's always next time. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. The news about Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all.
Good luck with that.
Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. There's clearly a web of complicated relationships there. Can't blame me for being curious. All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the rest of your conversation in peace. Bye for now.
Just from that, it seems like probably what got through to Gemma the most was Lyney saying, I believe it was Lyney, that she'll never see Lorenzo again. You want to see him one last time. At least get to say goodbye, you know? Bye, Charlotte.
Lynette? Paimon didn't mean to...
I don't think she's mad at you. I think she's just teasing.
Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to distract her.
There we go.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness. You scared Paimon there.
Paimon's so considerate.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose.
Oh, yeah?
I'd be really upset if you lost it.
We'll take good care of it. It's in our inventory. Is that the end? Wow. That was so good! I really enjoyed that! That was such a well-written quest. Oh, hello. With all the characters and all the different relationships and all the twists, the dialogue was fantastic. That was really good. I liked learning a teeny little bit of Fontanian history through that, with, like, you know, the popularity of Caesar and the fact that there's other magicians with apprentices out there. It seems to have, Fontaine seems to have quite the flourishing magic culture, which is pretty neat. I wonder if they ever travel to other regions. If there's ever any magicians in other regions and they interact. I would love to see Mona interacting with a magician. I feel like it would just be an interesting conversation. In any case, that will be all for today. That was delightful. I love these story quests. They're always about, you know, getting to know the characters a little bit more. But there's always so many different ways that they go about doing that. You know, either through having a story about someone else play out, and then just letting you make parallels between that person and this character, or, you know, involving somebody that this character is close to. In this case, it was kind of a mix of all of the above. You know, there are clear similarities between Gemma's own backstory and the twins' backstory, with, you know, her having a rough childhood and having everything taken from her and going through a lot. So, they had a similar sort of history, where they had a very difficult childhood as well, but they became very different people. Now, Gemma's pain point was a little bit different. It was very specific, and it was different from the twins'. I suppose what really was drilled into the twins, unfortunately, at a very young age. Goodness, I'm trying to go somewhere where I'm not talking over somewhere, but in the middle of a city, it's a little difficult. But yeah, I suppose that it was drilled into the twins from a young age that what's really important in life is each other, because of everything that happened with almost getting separated and only having each other to rely on. I guess that's actually where it started. They had each other to rely on in the beginning. And so they learned that, you know, what's important is that companionship. Anyways, that was a really good quest. That was delightful. I love how complex these characters are. I would say that Lyney's a very complex character, which delights me, because he has the whole, you know, his relationship with Lynette and with Fremine, and then with the house in general. It's just really well written, and it's cool to see it. We've learned about how it sort of developed and changed over time, and how it impacted himself and how he sees himself and the things that he does himself. Now, as he was saying earlier, his relationship with magic is no longer just love of magic. Now it's also a tool for him that he needs to rely on a lot for various reasons, and not all of them ones that he's might be particularly proud about. So anyways, that was fantastic. I enjoyed that a lot. Lyney, you're a great character. I would love to know more about Lynette, of course, to balance things out a bit. We do have our hangouts. I haven't started a single hangout yet, so we'll have to do some of those in the future. I look forward to it. But in the meantime, that will be all for today. So I hope you all enjoyed. That was so good! Thank you all for watching. A big thank you to our Patreon supporters, J. Blakewood, Connor Sard, Power of Chaos, Mary, Edu, G. Brilia, the Loyal Servant of Her Majesty, the Saritsa, Ruru, Lycan, Axel Iron, Jake Wellen, and all of our anonymous patrons. Thank you all so much. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you to everybody who watched. I hope you all enjoyed as well. And I will see you all in the next one.